Hey, what's going on, guys? I had a word of encouragement for you today and some stuff that I'm working on as well, just in my life. Try to reprioritize, live life on purpose, and if you're seeking to grow in wisdom and live intentionally without fear, hopefully you'll benefit from this as well. And the word of encouragement starts from Teddy Roosevelt. Here we go. Got it written down. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there's no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm and great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end of triumph high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring gallantly. So that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. If you're new to the channel, my name's John Lovell. I'm a former special operations guy. I'm a former Christian missionary. I travel around the country teaching tactics and firearms classes. That's what I do. And when I'm not doing that, I'm trying to lead this community, the Warrior Poet Society. We're folks who are thoughtful. We're trying to grow it in character, in wisdom, and we're aspiring to become better protectors. That means fighting stuff as well, so that we might be better defenders of those we love. So I've got a lot of critics. You've got critics as well, and lately, just kind of like the last couple videos, the trolls have just been coming out of the woodwork. Maybe I was off my game. Now, on the one hand, I really value my critics to an extent. There's some critics, we call them trolls on the internet, there's some critics that are really, really helpful, and you need to be listening to them. If you don't have good criticism in your life, you're not going to be really growing. You need good criticism. Most of the other criticism, though, is absolute crap. It's toxicity in the soul, and you need to do a lot of distancing yourself, because the consequences of allowing too much negative criticism and bad critics to have voice into your life is devastating. It'll have you living in a reactionary, fearful, timid life, as Theodore Roosevelt had said. So first off, let's look at bad critics. To spot a bad critic, it's not hard. Most of the critics out there are bad critics. What that means, and what I mean by that, is they don't really have your best intentions at heart. You can really just kind of discern the spirit of these folks because they're wanting to tear you down, and bad critics really exist because in tearing you down, makes them feel superior. I get that all the time. I'm in the gun industry where it's just riddled with a whole bunch of alpha dudes, and we have these frail egos, and we're kind of top man on totem pole, and you can't teach us anything. It's really, really hard to. Anyway, in the gun industry, everyone's an expert, except the actual experts. If you don't believe me, read through my comments, and just, man, people sharpshooting me, and you can read some of the comments, and like as a pro looking at it, you're just kind of like, this guy has no idea. Oh, if I could have him 2 minutes on the range, I could teach him. And then on the other hand, you'll also discern in the comments some really, really educated guys. And a lot of times when they make call me out on something, this happens quite a bit. Criticism will come up and I'll be like, they're right. Crap. Oh, I suck. And then that's just part of the cycle of growing. That's good, and good criticism. But usually it's kind of like 1 for every 20 for bad critics to good. The good critics, the bad critics, once again, they don't really care about you. They care about making themselves feel better at your expense. They're chopping you down. Good critics, on the other hand, have what's best for you at heart. They want to see you grow, and they're trying to give you some tips to allow you to get to that next level. These folks are very, very rare, but if you find a good critic, they may be more valuable to you than a best friend. So they'll point out different perspectives as well. This is good criticism. I remember there was a C.S. Lewis book. It was C.S. Lewis wrote a space trilogy, Out of the Silent Planet, Perelandria, and That Hideous Strength. The last one, That Hideous Strength, and they're good reads. The first one's okay. Second one's amazing, and the third one's amazing as well. That Hideous Strength. The main character is a guy named Ransom, And Ransom is taken into a room where there's this round table discussion going on of all these just intellectuals, very impressive folks with deep resumes. And there was one guy that didn't really fit into the mold, and Ransom looks at him and is like, and who's that guy? And the guy who's kind of like showing Ransom around, he says like, oh, that guy's very important. He's our critic. And what that meant is this group of like-minded individuals had invited this critic into their midst specifically for the purpose of they saw differently than everyone else. It's real easy to get in a community of like-minded folks and we're all saying the exact same things, and our arguments, which could be incorrect and erroneous at different points, don't really get challenged because we're all towing the same party line. So I like to be surrounded by people who think and act differently than me. That's a good thing. It can be a good thing. Usually it's bad. So what we need to do is invite healthy criticism into our lives. To do this, you're really looking for constructive criticism. The best place to go for is people that actually already love you. Now, most people don't really love you. They care about themselves. They pretend to like you or love you, but really they're just after numero uno themselves. So my wife is a very, very powerful critic. Now, she's really not critical of me. She's encouraging, she's loving, she's caring. But I'll have specific moments where I'm asking her to criticize me, and I expect her to be honest with me, even if it hurts my feelings. I've got a best friend, Evan. I've got my dad, who's these guys, they're not critical of me, but they give good criticism to me that helps build me up, and that's a good thing. Other instructors in my industry as well can provide really good criticism, but it's hard because you're looking at them and wondering, all right, are you posturing against me? Do you really just want to do this so that you're better? And so, but within my own world, the world of instructors right here, I've got some good voices of constructive criticism in my life, and I want you guys to have the exact same thing. Let's see, what else? Here's a big thing. If you invite criticism into your life, once you ask for it, don't argue with them. Invite the criticism and don't argue. They say something bad, don't immediately come and just, whoa, I did that because X, Y, Z. If they find you contentious, if they find you wanting to be argumentative, it just shuts them down and they're like, okay, it really wasn't actually safe to criticize you. And now you've lost your great growth opportunity. You're going to go through life thinking all is good. Guess what? You're not finished. You're a work in progress, just like me. You are comprised of a lot of things you're good at and things that you're really bad at. You know, we're flawed in our thinking. I haven't arrived. Now, I believe what I believe because it makes the most sense to me, and I've weighed out different arguments, but I'm still growing in my thought life as well, and I need people to challenge what I think. I'm not inviting you, internet, to just go and start picking me apart. A lot of you guys are very insulting in thinking that I haven't done my due diligence in some of my different stuff, and that's okay. You negative critics don't get a voice in my life. You good critics do. And you'll notice a lot of you guys have said stuff, and I've listened, I've paid attention, I've made adjustments. But a lot of times I'm discerning the spirit. Is this person trying to tear me down? And I want you guys to do the exact same thing. Let's have good critics in our lives. They're worth their weight in gold. They're just very, very rare. Another thing about inviting voices into your life, people are going to have power over you because you're allowing them to. When they critique, you listen and you adjust. Without argument, you say, roger that, and you change so that we become better people in the future, right? Let's see. Lastly, what I want for all of this is that we live our lives on purpose without fear. I wonder how many folks out there, and I assume it's just about everyone, who live their lives in a reactionary mode. They're so afraid of what other people are going to think about them, say about them, that they're really doing everything from the job they're getting, the education they're pursuing, what house they buy, what car they drive, how they spend their time, and doing all kinds of different stuff that really they should, that's not who you are. That's not the important stuff. Prioritize your life. Figure out, hey, what's the most important things to you? For me, it's God, it's family, it's my work. This is really important to me. I want to be an agent for good, positive change out there. I want to help people grow. I want to help my students. I want to thrive in my vocation. And I want to invest in deep relationships and friendships around me so that I can boost them up and we all grow together. And that's how we are. Works in progress together. And that'll be a very, very good thing. Fear disallows you to be able to do this. Middle school is where we're all walking around just terrified of what people will think about us and how we dress and how we act. And a lot of us are stuck in this perpetual adolescence where we've never really grown up and we're still so afraid that someone might not like us. You guys, it's okay if you don't like me. I don't like me sometimes. That's okay. I get it. But you can't live your life in fear like that. Find what's important. You find what you're passionate about and pursue it and allow criticism to come. You block out the bad critics, you invite the good critics, and then you kind of forget it and live your life on purpose, right? There you go. That's quite a rant. I got a little bit passionate, but I care about you guys. I care about this, and I refuse to live a reactionary life where my priorities get upside down. Train hard, train smart, and live life on purpose, guys. See ya. Let's hear from some of my critics. So these are online comments. Hope you enjoy. Evan Marks says, John, you are full of and gonna get people killed. Thanks, Evan. Awesome. Technology Lover says, that beard's gonna be a winner. Technology Lover says, that beard's gonna be a winner in the gay bar. Paper Chasin 23 says, you're a weird guy. Lucifer Jones says, I'd pay good money to watch Chuck Norris roundhouse this fool in the face. 10 grand for 4 seconds of effing bliss. I responded, I'd pay 20 grand for the privilege. Rascal Matt 18 says, this has a Rex Kwando feel to it. From Napoleon Dynamite. Super Janaman says, your stance and grip are all wrong. Looks good on YouTube, but do that in a sustained full auto fire, and if you were the real deal, your face wouldn't be on camera running your mouth wearing your gear. Do your fancy fast hand movements under duress and you'll drop your weapon. Let me know if you want to shoot some real guns and then we'll see how you do. Thanks. Thanks. Jacob Roy on my carbine instruction video says, dislike due to Costa fanboy grip. Real combat veterans have never used that grip. Do your homework. Robert Ashland says, this video should be called How YouTube Operators Shoot AR-15s. You got me.